You see where we are right now? This is Beverly Hills. This is where, Jeremy Lefebvre, he's always touting his stocks and how he has investors who are making millions of dollars. All these people here who live in Beverly Hills, they must have followed Jeremy Lefebvre's advice. I wonder if I should actually go to somebody's homes and knock on and say, "Oh, did you get rich by following Jeremy Lefebvre and paying $5,000 for his lifetime membership in his private group so you can hear about all of his magic stock selection choices?" The problem with this clown is that he's charismatic, and I think that the problem with people like this is that they tend to generate quite a lot of attention, and people think that there's a sense of competence. That is, if someone is really quite charismatic, that they might know more than the average person, or because if you look confident, people kind of wonder, well, there must be something to it. You couldn't just be saying these kinds of things if you don't know what you're talking about. But the fact is, he has demonstrated more and more times that he has no clue about general financial advice or how things work, because he's actually promoted so many stocks that have gone down 90%. There's the Honest Company, there's TTCF, there's the Voyager, which was another bad one. Trying to think of Palantir is going down now that he's recommending it. I mean, this guy has an incredible track record. So many people probably could learn how to actually make money just by doing the opposite of this guy. Well, I'm not recommending that because you could easily lose money shorting too. Some of his stuff, of course, does go up. The other problem with him is that he's always saying he's a long-term investor. And how does he start his video? It's almost like if I started a video in Beverly Hills and said, "Oh, you still listen to me? I'm in Beverly Hills." He shows you his portfolio. He's up 75% or something like that for the year, but that gives you no context. Where if you're down 75-80%, then who cares if you're up 75%? You're not doing well with that kind of strategy. It just doesn't work. So the problem with his strategy is oftentimes he's missing context, and that's really what the stock market is all about. You need to understand context in order to know where you are on this in terms of what to do next. What if the truth of the matter is, what if the truth of Jeremy Lefebvre is a little bit complicated, that this guy just got lucky? That's why he lives in Las Vegas. He's kind of a gambler, so he invested in quite a number of stocks. A lot of them did badly, like GoPro and stuff like that, and then suddenly he hits it one. The Tesla, he put like $30,000, something like that, and it went up 1,000 or 2,000%, and then he thinks, wow, I'm a genius because of the one move. But that doesn't really demonstrate any kind of long-term knowledge about how the economy works. And I think that the truth is he tends to always pick stocks that are likely to go down 90% because they're just on the riskier end of the spectrum. And that's perfectly fine if you want to take higher risk. But the problem is you need to have risk management, because you need to have a position where you benefit if it goes up, but if it goes down, you need to have a way of backing away. And he actually has this philosophy where you have to hold it long term, because he says, quote unquote, I'm learning from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a long-term investor, whereas actually Warren Buffett sells stocks if the thesis changes, if he realizes, hey, this is not working anymore, he's willing to sell it. He's not willing to go down 90%. In fact, I don't think Warren Buffett has ever had a stock that's gone down 90%, and he's definitely sold things way before it's gone that badly. So not all of Warren Buffett stocks work out, but I haven't heard of any that have gone down 100% or 90%. So I think Lefebvre, when he compares himself to Buffett, it's a little bit rich, because Buffett would never have bought any of his stocks, because his stocks Jeremy's stocks tend to be hyper-growth nonsense stocks that just have very little value, and he just seems to be really focused on the Google algorithm, especially because Google has this tendency to really reward people who are charismatic. It doesn't actually promote videos from people who actually know what they're talking about. It's kind of sad, because some of the best investors in the world post videos, I know, because I know who they are, and nobody watches them, because if you want to do things the right way, it actually might be kind of boring. People might say, oh, that's so time consuming. It's more fun to do the gambling way. Oh, Palantir, or Tesla, or something. I mean, the Tesla people who were smart were buying Tesla when it was way lower, and I actually was getting emails from a smart investor who was buying it at the time, and sadly I just didn't really believe in it. I thought electric cars, that didn't make any sense, but it shows you can be early onto some of these ideas, but you're not going to learn anything from Jeremy. I feel bad that some people pay $5,000 to get a lifetime advice, but where is the actual signal that this guy knows anything? Because if you lose multiples of 100%, I mean, you lose 100% for so many stocks, it kind of suggests you don't know how to handle your risk, because you should have been cutting these losses way before it went down that much. So I think it's just a sign of a clownish investment philosophy. It's kind of really irresponsible. The guy pretty much is kind of a gambler in many ways. Palantir stock, I saw that crash today, down 10%. He's been pumping that. He doesn't really realize he's fooled by randomness. And fooled by randomness is a big problem, because people, especially if they're not that smart, they have a tendency to think they're way smarter than they really are. And see this behind me? It's Rodeo Drive. When you think about it, I should have bought Jeremy's course. That way I could have been able to buy all this crap here in Rodeo Drive, because I'd be making millions of dollars following Jeremy's stock picks, because all of his picks, they go to the moon, right? The only one I could think of, though, is Tesla. Other than that, can't think of any stocks that he's had I mean, I'm sure there are a few, but he's had so many significant down moves that it's quite incredible. So this is the myth that he gives you, this kind of lifestyle. You can have all this wonderful stuff if you buy his incredible stocks that just go to the moon. But the truth is, you're just giving money to him, a guy who doesn't really he's not very well educated. He doesn't really have good experience in the stock market. I just don't think that he understands how the market works. I think he's more of a gambler. I think that's why he lives in Las Vegas. And often, I mean, if you think about it, if someone won 1 to 2 million in Las Vegas in a casino, do you think they could create a course and tell you how I made money in a casino? Of course not, because people would know it's kind of random. And it's the same kind of thing in this case. You just get a winner who's won one time, and he thinks that he can make money by selling the courses on that concept, but it doesn't really make sense. You can't really replicate his idea, because he doesn't really know quite what he's talking about. All right, I'm here in Malibu, and all the people here who live in Malibu, they're here, they're rich and living in Malibu because they follow Jeremy Lefebvre, and they follow all of his great investing advice. Here's a home that's probably one of Jeremy's subscribers. Here behind me is he made so much money following Jeremy that they're remodeling the home right now. So it's an amazing thing that you could do, just following some random guy on YouTuber who tells you to buy all the stocks that are pretty much in downtrends and they're kind of overpriced. And usually he thinks that you're getting your value because he's the next Warren Buffett. But Jeremy Lefebvre will only cause you to lose money, more likely than not, because the risks are not on your side following the Jeremy Lefebvre. He has a track record of getting people to lose 70 to 100%, and he doesn't believe in stop losses. So even if you're wrong on something, you're screwed. You just lose a lot of money. So I don't know what to say about that. What does Danny think about this Lefebvre guy?
I think
You hold it.
I think I want to have some TV dinners from Tattoo Chef because it's going to be really yummy.
I don't know if
It's revolutionary. No, really, I don't know how anybody would look at that product and think that that's going to be the next Tesla, but that's just me.
What's funny about it? What's funny about Tattoo Chef is that we were willing to try it out, but we don't have a microwave, so there was no way to even try out the product.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. What high-end product can only be cooked in the as a TV dinner? I don't think that there is anyone that can.
I don't know. I think it was 100% plant-based, but for people who are into plant-based stuff, they wouldn't use a microwave. They're like, oh, it has to be raw, organic, or all that stuff. So I don't see why they would want something microwavable. It seems like you're getting the wrong target audience.
Plus, I don't know about those products in particular, but if it is soy products, it might not even really be that great for you. But
he's making fun of the soy boys. All right, click the like button and subscribe.